Corrections, and we'd be happy to follow up as well. So.
We don't get responses when we contact the Department of Corrections.
You're certainly welcome to contact us, and we'd be happy to follow up.
Do you have a business card?
I don't have one on me.
Okay.
Why don't you?
My information is available on DOC's website, so you're welcome to contact me now.
Okay.
Are you aware of the fact that prisoners are on hunger strike right now in Wolfhouse?
I am.
What about the one who's refusing water? What are you going to do about that?
I'm missing that through the medical privacy laws, but again, we continue to monitor and evaluate the situation to ensure the health and safety of inmates.
What about improving the conditions?
So we have a restrictive housing work group that's continually looking at identifying and implementing reforms to restrictive housing. So, and certainly appreciate the letter. We'll be happy to take a look at it.
How can we take part in that? How can we get somebody? Can we give input?
Thank you.
Would you convey a message to Secretary Litcher that we've been trying to meet with him since February, and that's why we're here in person?
Why you running?
No humanity. All right.
Thank you.
We will leave in peace.
We'll be
Back. We'll be back. We'll be back. We'll be back. We'll be back.
We'll be back. We'll be back. We'll be back. We'll be back.
Okay, so that guy told us he was the communication director for the Department of Corrections. We gave him the letter and the prisoner's demands. He said he would deliver it to John Lishner, who is the head of the Department of Corrections. He also told me that there's a working group for looking into conditions and improving conditions for inmates in solitary confinement. When I asked him how we could participate in that group or give it input, he walked away.
Right.
So that's where we're at. We're not going to give up. We didn't ask him for permission to come here in the first place. So next time we'll decide when we want to get back to him.
And we'll be back.
And we'll be back.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming. My name is Bernie Gonzalez. I work with Sophia, affiliate of Wisdom. And just so you know, Wisdom is doing an action day at the statewide level. All of Wisdom affiliates throughout the state. Some of them are fasting in support or in solidarity. Some of them are writing letters. Some of them are calling as we speak right now to the Department of Corrections to put pressure on them to get some answers. Because we have inmates that have started fasting, refusing food since the 5th of June. So we're talking over 15 days without food. So it is extremely urgent. It's a matter of life and death, and we need to get this resolved immediately.
I don't need that. I've been in solitary confinement before, but that's just like disciplinary actions and room confinement and things like that. But then I went there because I got transferred from Thompson to Oak Hill, and I set up in there for 180 days for something that I really did not do. They just didn't want me there, and they put me over in Oak Hill, and I sat in Oak Hill for 180 days with no nothing. They had TVs. I didn't get my TV. I didn't get my food until after 90 days. So I was eating like just regular food. So I mean that situation stuck to me, and plus I did 2 terms. I did from 2001 to 2003, from 2003 to 2005, and it sucked. But that showed me that lifestyle that I was living, I didn't want to live it no more. And I've been out ever since 2005. So, I mean, do it change people? It does. But them putting you through them conditions, that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I'm with it 100%. And I'm with the Fight for 15 too as well. And I'm fighting for higher wages and poverty and all that.
And we wanted to know that this is not just an incident of a few prisoners in a few prisons challenging a few wrong things that are going on in the system. No, the entire system is corrupt. And this is part of a larger movement all across the country where prisoners have had enough of oppression, had enough of their exploitation, have had enough of private prison industrial complex, and they have had enough of their own exploitation. Prisoners in April in Alabama, prisoners in April in Texas went on a hunger strike. Prisoners in Alabama in May started a work stoppage. And come September, prisoners in prisons all across the country will go on a work stoppage to say that they've had enough of this exploitation. So Prisoners on the inside are already organized, and it's our duty on the outside to stand shoulder to shoulder with these prisoners to say no more exploitation and no more solitary confinement.
We're here today because we will not tolerate the torturous conditions prisoners are subjected to by the Department of Corrections. We support the efforts of prisoners to win the amelioration of these conditions by whatever means are at their disposal. We stand in solidarity with prisoners currently on hunger strike in Wisconsin prisons, and we support their demands. Furthermore, we put forth these demands of our own. Number one, end solitary confinement in Wisconsin prisons. End arbitrary non-delivery of mail. And exploitative practices against prisoners' families, including price gouging for inmate phone calls and commissary. Expand programs aimed at allowing prisoners to develop as human beings, whether or not they will return to society. And expand civilian oversight of the treatment of prisoners. People incarcerated in Wisconsin prisons should not return to our communities psychologically deranged or habituated to stagnation and hopelessness. We demand that they be respected as human beings and treated with decency and care. People are not sent to prisons to be punished. Being away from their families and unable to participate in society is their punishment. Thank you all for showing up.